what's up you guys? ShartimusPrime here, doing another Marvel Legends 2-pack action figure review on the Spider-Man Homecoming movies Ned Leeds and Peter Parker 2-pack set. I like having new MCU figures, especially if they have their street humans attire or street clothes over here, you know what I mean? Anyway, on the side right over here you can see 3D renders of each character, and then on the other side you get some pencil sketches from Peter. Was this Peter drawing himself in the movie, or is that just part of the end credits? I think it was just part of the end credits. But yeah, you can see product shots on the back along with their accessories. I like that they have different backpacks. On the top, you have a spot. Oh, it's not spot varnished. Sorry, but it's just a flat droney logo on the very top and not much more at the bottom. So let's get to it and crack this thing open. But first, if you're trying to get your Marvel Legends, you can do so at
Big. Get your big badass toys at BigBadToyStore.com. Click the link in the description below.
And here's Peter and Ned out of the packaging. And I gotta say, I do like these figures. So far, I've had a lot of fun with them. I do like the way they look, man. And there's some cool things with the articulation as well. I'll get into all that stuff. Not a whole ton of accessories. I wish maybe there's some more accessories, and I might have some gripes here and there, but for the most part, I'm pretty pleased with this 2-pack set. And big shout out, by the way, to High School Creations for this added brick wall backdrop over here. He's trying something new with single panel pieces, and for me, this just works really well with my Will Graves Dio right over here, so really appreciate that. Shout out to High School Creations and the enablers. But anyway, let's get a closer look at the accessories that come with these figures, and then we'll take a closer look at Peter and Ned. I wish there was more accessories, and there's only one accessory that I wish came with this set, and you know what it is. Let's say it all together. Lego Death Star. Yeah, it would have been great if they were able to do it, but I understand that the licensing and legalities behind all that would have been hard to do. You know what I mean? Even though Hasbro has licenses for Star Wars and Marvel, those are still different companies, and Hasbro doesn't own those companies. They're just allowed to make figures with the characters from those companies, so it makes sense. It would have been complicated, but I really wish we could have had a little mini Lego Death Star. However, I do like what we have over here. An excellent head sculpt for excellent Jacob Batalon head sculpt over here, and by the way, I just want to say shout out Filipino people. If it wasn't for Filipino people, I would have not have gotten into Marvel Legends, and there's many other reasons to love Filipino people, by the way. But yeah, this is great. I really do like it a lot. I like the flesh tone over here, maybe a little bit darker than what I remember, but I do like the rich brown color right over here. It looks good. And you get the masked head, which I really think was a great idea. I love having this. Having that on the figure is a lot of fun, so very, very cool. Nice clean paint apps. And then he has his camo backpack. I don't know how much I like the camo pattern over here. I don't know. It's not my absolute favorite. It's sufficient, though, right? It's not horrible, but yeah, I'm happy that he has the backpack over here, and I think it mostly looks pretty good. Then as far as Peter goes, we get two Peter head sculpts, and I gotta say, I'm not a huge fan of either of them. This one looks like he's got marbles in his mouth a little bit. I love the photoreal tech and everything, but I don't know. There's something about it that's just throwing me off a little. Hair looks really good. Again, nice paint apps and everything. Then we get this freaky ass head sculpt over here. I mean, I get like it could look just like him if you were to find the screenshot they pulled this from, but I don't know. It's not the best snapshot of Tom Holland's face, I think. Something weird about the teeth over there. I thought it was an ambitious attempt. Not absolutely terrible, but still, like, I don't know, a little bit scarier than I thought they meant it to be. What do you guys think? I don't know. To me, this looks freaky. But yeah, hair looks really good there as well. He does come with a little bit extra sized hands over here. Like, they do feel like they're a little bit on the large side. He also comes with fisted hands. You get this book that we've seen before. I think it came with the Gwen Stacy figure. And we have his backpack right over here, which I think is brand new. I think this is the one that Dwight had teased on that live stream. And yeah, nice details right here with the zippers and everything painted black. And then you have the straps right over there. While these hands do look a little large, I will say I like that you could get the book in the hands, and he can hold the book just fine if you wedge it right there in the palm. And you can do the same thing on the other side over here. Just wedge in there. Oh, let's try it again, dude. And wedge in there, and there we go. Yeah, so just get that in there, and you can shake it around, and he'll hold his book. I really like the wardrobe on this figure. I think it looks really good. I am tripping off of these arms kind of having these little bits of points right here on the side, but I don't know. It's just a little nitpick, I guess. Did you guys notice that? It's just a little bit weird, but I like the wrinkles sculpted in there. There's no color variation. It would have been nice to see some color variation on the top half of the figure. Again, flesh tone looks really good. I do like it. The watch looks really good over there. And then the pants, I want the paint detail and everything. I just don't think this was executed the very best way, and I don't have the answer as far as what they could have done to make this look a little bit more natural. Maybe more of it on it, you know what I mean? Like on the sides, we don't have any of the light grayish blue color, or on the back. So it's just like a little bit on the very front right over there. And I don't know, maybe if it was spread throughout the pants, it would look more natural, but I do like the wrinkles sculpted in here, or maybe if they had some more texturing to it, kind of like they did with the Wolverine figure. The sneakers look really good though. I like those. Those look great. You get treads right there as well as the peg holes at the bottom of the feet. They did some really good things here with the Peter figure. Looking at the neck, though, I don't like that huge molding seam right in the middle of the neck. That does stand out, especially if they're going with the dumbbell joint to preserve the neck, and then they have that big seam right there. It doesn't make sense. I love the plaid detail right here on the collar. I like how one part of it's just kind of sticking over his sweater. We have some detailed texturing right here throughout. I love that. Pinless joints on the figure as well. When you bend them, sometimes it looks a little bit weird. You could see some of that plastic, in the inside, but I do prefer that over having the pins showing. So I do appreciate that detail. And yeah, it looks good right here on the back. I'll put the backpacks on later on. Pants look pretty solid. You can see some variances of color, they have different plastic types, for different uses. So for these joints, it's going to look a little bit different. Doesn't look as bad in more natural lighting settings, you know what I mean? I say that because for the most part, I don't have this many lights pointing at the figure. You know what I mean? Think about that. How often do you have 5 lights pointing at your figure? Yeah, I'm just saying. But anyway, looking at the shoes right here, they do look really good. I like those a lot. And yeah, man, we get peg holes right there as well. Oh, I also want to point out this little detail of the undershirt hanging out from underneath the sweater adds perfectly to the sloppiness of Peter Parker. Now to go over the Ned articulation, you can get the head to look all the way up. Yeah, we get a disc hinge system right here for the head joint, which I like. With this head sculpt, though, you're not going to be able to get the head to look up as far because the inside of that mask is going to run into the collar right here. So, I mean, you can get it to look up. You have that hinge there, but you're not going to get this to look up as far as his human head right there. So I'm going to go ahead and port this back on. And I'll demonstrate that, of course, with both heads, you can make them look forward that much, and you can get side-to-side motion and a little bit of head pivoting right there, but only a tiny little bit. And then the shoulders will be able to move outward that far. I like that they move above the 90-degree mark, and you can move them all the way in. Rotate a full 360. You get the single-jointed elbow right there. It meets the 90-degree mark, rotates at the elbow. Then both hands turn side to side and hinge up and down. You have the waist joint right here that turns side to side. I feel like I get some crunching at the waist, but not a whole lot. I mean, he's got a lot of material going on right over here. A little bit of pivoting over there too. I suspect there's a diaphragm joint in the inside right there. And then you have hips that move outward that far, and he can kick forward that much and back a little bit. Actually, that's more than a little bit. It's pretty good. And then he has an upper thigh cut. Pinless double jointed knees, which do have that heel to the butt right there. And then you have the ankles that move down, and they do move up. You can turn the ankles side to side, and he has beautiful ankle pivot. Now for the Peter figure, we are not getting the hinge. We are just getting the dumbbell joint and neck system. So yeah, you can move his head up that much using both the neck and head joints, and then using both of them, he'll look downward a lot more so. You can get a great amount of head pivoting right there, and then you can turn the head side to side as well as the neck if you want to. And then the shoulders will move up and outward at around the 90-degree mark. You can move them in all the way, rotate a full 360. You get the bicep swivel. You have the beautiful pinless double-jointed elbows. Then all the hands turn side to side and hinge up and down. You have the diaphragm joint right here that turns side to side, and good diaphragm pivoting. It does not crunch, though. Frustrating. It kind of shifts forward. It's very much like the female comic figure torso joint where it kind of just shifts and leans forward than actually crunching forward. The back does move back a lot more so though, and I showed off the pivoting and rotation. No waist cut here. This lower part of the sweater can shift around on you a little bit if you want to though. Hips move outward that far. Heel kick forward that much and back a tiny bit, upper thigh cut. Double jointed pinless knees, easy heel to the butt action right over there. X-Men87 chat out. And then you can move the ankles down that much, up. You can rotate side to side and you get beautiful ankle pivot. Then getting the white backdrop over here along with the backpacks on the figures, which is very easy to do. I don't think you guys need a demonstration, but I will show how they look on the figures, and they fit on there very, very well. I do like how they look. It looks very clean, but yeah, go ahead. But measuring them out, you can see the Peter Parker figure is standing a little taller than Ned at 6 inches, and you know, Ned's right at about that, just under that 6-inch mark. Then to compare this Spider-Man Homecoming 2-pack compared to, I guess this is the most like civilian clothed 2-packs we've seen from MCU figures so far, is we have the Spider-Man with his jacket or the blazer right there, and then we have MJ. I want to call her Mary Jane. It's MJ. But anyway, seeing these three like this is fantastic. That is so satisfying. I really like it a lot. I also wanted to see how one of these new Peter heads would look on this older figure, and it doesn't port on there. So you can rest it on there if you wanted to add some sticky tack to it. You can get those to fit okay. It scales at least. And then trying to get the Spider-Man head on this is just not going to work because the ball peg is just way too big for that. I don't know. If I try to... no. I could tell, yeah, the size of the head's just way too small for that ball peg. Here, let's see if a Far From Home head sculpt fits on here, though, just to see. Hey, yeah, you can get a Far From Home head sculpt on there. Neat. Yeah, just got that on there for the first time right now. So that's kind of cool. Now they could play, hey brother, hey brother, hey brother, hey brother. Wait, who's the brother? Are you the brother or are we friends? I don't know, brother. And then to compare Ned and Peter next to some other street-clothed Marvel Legends figures from the MCU, we have Happy Hogan, we have our dearly departed Tony Stark over there, J. Jonah Jameson, and our MCU Stan Lee, who, well, yes, we still miss Stan. And then for an MCU plus-size figure comparison, you can see Ned leads next to the Build-A-Figure Bro Thor. And yeah, I like having different shapes and sizes for my MCU street-clothed figures. And then I wanted to compare Peter and Ned next to my favorite Spider-Man 1/12 scale Homecoming Spider-Man figure, and that's the Mezco 1/12 Collective Spider-Man. And I had to see how one of these Peter heads would fit on here. Yeah, so if you wanted to use these heads on your Mezco Spidey figure, that will work. I could not find my Tech Suit Marvel Legends Homecoming Spider-Man figure. I wanted to show that off, but I have my Civil War 3-pack Spidey right over here, and they do share the same body mold as the Homecoming figures, so I want to show those side by side. Also, let's see how a Peter head works on this, and same deal as the other Homecoming figure. So yeah, same parts, I guess, on that upper torso, or no, the spider logo is different over there. But yeah, you can use sticky tack to get that to stay on better if you'd like, but yeah, it does not port on properly. And then here's the Ned and Peter 2-pack. Next to your average 6-inch scale figure, we have the Marvel Legends Big Time Letdown Spider-Man. Hey friend, hey brother, hey brother. Hey man, I'm sorry to hear about Uncle Ben, you know, and Mr. Stark passing away too. That was tough. Ooh, not as bad as Aunt May dying though. That was really hard. Then the whole world forgot who you are. Even MJ, she has no idea who you are anymore. It must be oh, he doesn't know any of that stuff happens yet. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm gonna walk this way. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, show some love to the channel by hitting that like button. And if you're new here, hit that subscribe button as well as the notification bell. I have to ask in every video because sometimes you guys forget. Yeah, it's not uncommon for most YouTube channels to have 50% of their viewers watch but not subscribe. So, hey, if you're in the mood, if you're feeling generous, hit that subscribe button, why don't you? Now this 2-pack set I really like a lot, but it's something that I don't think everybody is going to be really excited for. Again, I really like the street-clothed figures, and I don't mind adding them to my collection. I love the realism that we're seeing in these. I really like the Ned figure a lot. I can't really pinpoint exactly why, but I really love this Ned figure. And I really like the Peter figure too, but I don't know, for whatever reason, I'm liking the Ned a little bit more. I wish we got the disc hinge in the neck for the Peter figure, so that does bother me, but other than that, oh, and the ab crunch. God, that ab crunch is really, really weak. So I wish he had better articulation. It could have been a really fun Peter figure if he was really posable. Like if you can really get him into some awesome Spidey poses, that would have been great. It would have been a nice bonus to have, but I just feel like it's not as easy to get him into the dynamic poses as I was hoping for him to do. I wasn't expecting that from the Ned figure. So, you know, the Ned figure I like a little bit more so than the Peter figure, but overall, for this 2-pack set costing around, around 60 bucks, at that price point, I'm gonna give this 2-pack set a Sud rating of
I love it!
and I'd like to know what you guys think, so please let me know in the comment section below. Stay tuned for more videos coming to the channel. If you want to follow me on social media, you can find me on Instagram, Twitter, Twitch, TikTok, and on Whatnot. I will be having a Whatnot sale this coming Thursday, and I will catch you guys later. Peace!
That's crispy.
Hey, new ShartimusPrime videos. Hey, you should click one. Yeah, click on one of them. Or subscribe if you haven't. Your face,